Good morning. It's 6:46 on Tuesday, May 23rd. Just packing up. I woke up earlier. I fell asleep probably around 9 or 10. More like 10. Woke up probably around 2 also. At about 4 o'clock when the sun comes up. I was up for a little while. A lot of condensation in the tent today. I'm closer to the shore here, obviously, and it's much lower. There's water everywhere. Everything's wet on the inside and the outside of the tent. So luckily the sun has come up. So I've decided to, I opened up some of the flaps on the tent to try and get some ventilation, but there's really not much wind right now. So, but the sun is coming up and it is showing over there. So I'm probably going to move the tent over there and I'll do the rest of my morning ritual. Probably take some time, go to the bathroom, and then maybe I'll leave the tent sit in the sun for a little bit so it can dry out. I'm pretty much packing up right now. I woke up probably about like 10 minutes ago, not even. Finally at like 6:35, and I said, okay, it's time to get up and let's get going. So I'm packing up for my walk into Aberdeen. I have pretty much around 10 or 11 miles to go. So I suspect I'll be there by lunchtime. If everything holds true. So I'm just really getting rid of my last minute items. I'm throwing some stuff out. I'm going to get rid of those socks that I have been using for most of the trip because they've become very holy, as you can see. So I'm going to get rid of them. Got a couple of little things of garbage, just some wrappers and stuff. A plastic bag I've been using to keep my shoes in every night in my tent. I'll get rid of that because I won't need it after today. I'm just packing up right now, and then we're gonna hit the road. So I'll just take a little bit slower than usual today, packing up. But I'm pretty much almost done. All I have is my sleeping bag, my pad, and the tent itself. So, and I'll leave the tent for last because it's wet, and give it as much time to possibly dry. And that's it. Check back in when we hit the road. It's about 10 minutes later, and in a stroke of luck, the sun has come over the building in front of me, and you can see the tent is now getting a little bit of sun. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go to the bathroom and then come back. And hopefully it'll start drying. And then I'll maybe move it into the clearing over here so that I can get even more sun and dry out faster. Morning, it's 7:15 now. Got my tent all down. There's my gear. There's my gear. On the thing, that's where I was sleeping last night. And I put my tent up on this pole, this fence by the duck pond here, hoping that it'll dry off a little bit. I'm getting some of the water to drip off. The bottom is all wet right now. So I'm just letting it dry in the sun's rays. And then hopefully next 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to pack up and go, whether it's ready or not. I'm just eager to start. I think this is probably close to my latest start. I was thinking 8 o'clock, but I'm thinking by 7:30 I should be out, 7:35. I'm just giving it time because it was quite wet on the bottom. There was water actually running off. And the water inside, I'm not going to be able to get out. The outside top dried off pretty good with the sun, but the inside, there's not as much ventilation. There's a very slight breeze, so it's just not drying out as fast as I would like it to. But the sun will help the job. It's 7:20 now. I've been sitting here for a couple of minutes. The tent's starting to dry off in the sun, but it's just a little slow going, and I'm a little impatient. I looked up the weather. It's 49 degrees right now. It's sunny, 10% chance of rain. Temperature will be going up to 59 degrees later in the afternoon, probably about 2-3 o'clock. By that time, I hope to be done and in Aberdeen already. So it'll be quite warm toward the end, but even now it's quite comfortable just with a shirt on. I'm staying in the sun, so it's nice. But I don't think there's going to be much of a problem. There's not much of a breeze over here, so it's not that chilly. I don't know how it'll be when I start walking up that hill. But if I'm moving, I think I'll be okay. It'll start out quite comfortable at the 49 degree mark. So just waiting on my friend over here to dry off, and then I'm going to roll it up and I'll hit the road. It's 7:28. I'm all packed up and walking out of the RV park. I was hoping to keep my feet dry today, but all the dew on the grass is not working. So they're quite wet already. I guess you can see them, right? So, just trying to get to the pavement here. Here we go. Okay, so now it's just a matter of walking back to the Deeside Trail. Deeside Way. And continuing into Aberdeen. So after 20 minutes and walking 1 mile, I'm back on the Deeside Way and making my way to Aberdeen. It's quite warm now, walking up that hill in the sun. I'm sweating already. So hopefully I'll get in the shade soon. It'll help me cool down. I'll take this hat off. Disappointed my MP3 player is working, but the headphones that I just purchased, unfortunately, are not up to the challenge. And they keep cutting out as I walk with the movement. So, unfortunately, not listening to it. There's the Deeside Way. I don't see an actual trail. I guess you just gotta walk here. Hello, kitty. And I'm here at the old Myrtle station on the Deeside line on my way to Aberdeen. So if this was a train, I'd have 8 more stops to get to the end. So quite interesting. It's well marked here. They have these information boards, and it does tell you a little bit more of about the railway and where you're going on and different things about it. I've come to another station. Looks like I've come to another station. This would have been, looks like a platform, but there's no marking here. And probably the station tent house or whatever has been taken away. So, see if there's an information board further up. This is the old station at Colts. It says Dunthie Park is 3 miles. Dunthie Park is where the line comes to an end. So it's now a bicycle shop here. But quite interesting. Oh, and there's a place, smart, boxcar after the train. And people walk and they can come and get food. Very smart. So I decided not to wait. There's a little bit of a line. I'm lazy. I want to keep moving. Just also thinking about the history here. This place was, used for over 100 years. And think of the thousands and thousands of people that came across here and used this train station every day. So the path was along this road for a while, and now we'll be going back away from the road a little bit, so it'll be less noisy, less traveled, and we deviate toward the city center. So a little over 2 miles left to the end of the trail of the Deeside Way. Up until now, I've pretty much been in like more rural areas. As I come down here, this is a population center. I noticed more like you see apartments, things like that. I also noticed more, when I was out there, I didn't see any like vandalism, any graffiti, really, very little. Now I'm starting to see that. There's more litter or trash, much like you'd expect in a urban area, though it's still cleaner than most places where I go. So good for that. But it is disappointing. I just passed like one of the bridges, and it was all covered with graffiti, which just stood out to me because I haven't seen that here. But obviously in large urban areas you have more of that activity. So anyway, it looks like as I'm making my way to the coast. I don't know, just an observation, commentary on social matters, I guess. Not important. Also, a lot of the older structures for the railroad that are along the Deeside Way have been removed or demolished to make way for, new construction. Gotta remember, it's been 57 years since the line closed. So obviously you can't save everything. I know history is important, but we got to save some stuff, but we can't save everything. So some of the stations have been removed, and some of the track is actually not even on where the train originally went because it's been rerouted or moved when they decided to make the trail. Okay, so I think I just crossed the next to last station. It's a half mile to the park. The trail borders the cemetery, and back there you could still see a lot of the platform, but it had been broken through in certain areas to get to houses or for walkways. And it looks like that station was closed in 1937, I think it said. So, quite some time ago. So, but the platform at least still remains. You notice it because it stands out. It's just, it looks like a train platform. It's very even, and it goes on for, several yards, just a flat surface with sometimes a rounded edge, and it's recessed on the bottom. So, but it just looks, obviously it was a structure, so you can tell. That's it, making my way into the park and Aberdeen, downtown Aberdeen, and then we'll make our way to the next target, which will be the lighthouse. Also, the trail here has been quite used. Like, in other words, I see a lot of people walking, a lot of dog walkers, bicyclists, people pushing carriages with babies, things like that. A lot of dog walkers, really. And there's been some bicyclists as well, like I said. But definitely more usage going on here. You can tell there's a lot more people. I've been crossing people. But like an urban area, they avert you, they look their eyes down, they don't engage. Sometimes I say good morning and I don't even give them their response. So, whatever. Still having fun walking. I've made it to the park. I don't know if it's Duthie or Duthie. I'm going to make my way now to the lighthouse. Just kind of figure out where I am, take a look at a map, and figure out how to get there. Okay, from here I've decided to go through the park to get to the lighthouse. It's approximately 3.3 miles to the lighthouse walking this way. So I have probably about another hour or so to finish up. Unless I stop for food, which could be longer. I just crossed over the Dee River using the King George VI bridge. Unfortunately, it's under construction, and the plaque was on the other side from what I'm walking. So you can see traffic is quite backed up here due to the construction. This is a major artery, I guess, over the river. So I'm just going to continue on my way, heading to the shoreline. Okay, I'm walking through a park now. I'm heading pretty much in the direction I need to go, which is pretty much east. From here, I deviated from my plan because I wanted to cross that bridge, the King George Bridge. I think it's a little nicer than the other route. It just takes me to a big, basically a circle downtown. It's going to be quite busy. It's quite alarming, not alarming I shouldn't say. It's off-putting after being in the, areas where, there were cars, but I wouldn't see like cars like I'm seeing now and people. So it's kind of strange, like it feels weird, but you fall right back into it. I'm used to that, obviously. But at first, when you see all the traffic and the cars backed up, it takes you by surprise because you haven't seen that. And for me, it's been about a week and a half. I haven't been in a car. Everything's been walking by me at the 2 to 3 mile an hour mark. So when you see something whizzing by you faster, it just catches you off guard. So I'm coming out on the street here. So I'll be taking basically sidewalks, I believe, for the rest of the trip. I did pick a longer route. I'm going to go around the point where the lighthouse is. There's an old battery there that used to protect the harbor. And it's going to be a couple of extra minutes walking, but it's an historic site and I'd like to see it, take a picture there. And there you see Girdleness Road. I'm going to take this road straight to the lighthouse with a little twist or so in it. But basically I'm going to take this straight to the park where the lighthouse is, and then I'll take a path around so I can see that battery, I believe. And there is a ghost story there. Supposedly some people did pass away there, and there's a ghost that's supposedly seen several times in that battery. It was I believe it was like a fort. It was manned, and I think there was children that may have passed away there, and they believe they still see a child dressed in early 1900 clothing in the battery sometimes. Okay, I've got under 2 miles to go now, so I figure about 40 minutes I should be by the lighthouse. I'm walking through a residential area, obviously, on sidewalk, and just making my way there. It's almost done. Okay, I just came around, and I believe that is my first view of the lighthouse. Right there, where I'm heading to it. Still about a mile and a half away, but we're almost there. I've made it to the park. I'm heading in. This is the entrance, obviously, the harbor. It's quite a busy port with vehicles, with vessels. Obviously, this is a hub for the oil industry, and there are numerous wells out there in the Atlantic, and almost looks like a bridge or control tower. It's probably maybe for control of the harbor. It appears that there's a construction area, and I'm going to walk around to see if I can get closer to the lighthouse from there. But otherwise, this will be the end of my journey. I do need to walk down and put my foot in the ocean, though. So, still not done yet. Unable to get any closer to the wall, and the door is locked. I don't see any way in, unless maybe I'll walk around the other way, but I'll keep going. I'm going to take a picture over here, then I'm going to walk down and get a rock. This here is basically a foghorn, so in low visibility, this would sound the horn, so that people would know because maybe they can't see the rock, so they couldn't see the lighthouse because it was so foggy. They would hear the sound produced by this here, and they would know that rocks were near. So to use caution. Okay, I'm here on the rocks. There's the lighthouse, the foghorn, and ocean in front of me. Yeah, 13, 14 days, probably 6 years of dreaming about this, 8 months of planning, and here I am here on the coast of Scotland. Incredible. It's been an incredible journey. I've enjoyed it immensely. I'm gonna just sit here for a second, probably. Very unusual for me. I'm usually go, go, go. But I'm gonna take a second. I'm probably gonna walk out on here and nice seaweed and just enjoy this moment and think back a little bit on the trip. So it's been incredible. So here I am at the end of this pier, whatever they built out here. I don't know what it was built for. Maybe loading or offloading stuff. But you can tell I'm at the end of it. There's the lighthouse. I probably could get down there safely. It's a little slippery with the seaweed here. But I bet I could get down there without much trouble. But let's quit while we're ahead. I'm going to try and get a train to Montrose. It's pretty early. It's only 11 o'clock. If I can get to the
lap 11, 27:14.
There you go, 11 miles. I stopped my watch. So I'm going to go to the train station now, see if I can get a train to Montrose. Of course, the train station is about 2.3 miles away from here. And it'll take me a while to get there, probably about an hour. I got to get off the rocks over here, get back to a road, and then from the road, start heading toward the train station. Probably get food on the way. We'll see. Probably wait till I get there because I like to get there first, knowing that I'm there. I don't know if I can get across this. Oh, this is a much nicer place. I could have easily walked in. I think I will. And this is going to be my new finish. This is finish take 2. Here we go. And here it is. Finish. TGO challenge. In the ocean. And I'm going to get a rock for a family member as promised. I don't know if any of these rocks are actually from here. They don't look like the boulders here. But I'm going to try and look for something pretty. Okay. Picked up a rock. And now I'm going to head out. Hopefully that'll be the last time my sneakers and my socks get wet this trip. It'll dry off as I walk. It's a 2-mile walk to the transit center, so I can get a train. So if I walk that, that'll give me plenty of time to dry off. I walk around so I don't have to go up as much. I remember there were paths all around on the other side, so I'm hoping I can find one with a easier way of climbing up to the top here rather than going up the steepest part. So I'm pretty sure over here there was a way up, if I recall correctly, by the battery. There was a path going down to the rock. Okay, I'm at the train station here in Aberdeen. I purchased my ticket for a train to Montrose. Cost me £16 and 10. And luckily, there's a train coming in about 5 minutes for Montrose, so I won't have a long wait. And I'll be there shortly. Here's the train arriving. Less than a 5-minute wait. Can't beat that. Okay, I just left Challenge Control where I picked up my certificate, which is in this envelope here. I'm not going to take it out. Also got my shirt. So I'm going to pack everything away and I'm going to find the hotel and see if I can get a room. So I'm just walking here in Montrose. I'm going to make my way over to the hotel. I have a reservation for Thursday. It's Tuesday, so I'm hoping they can add on 2 more days and I could stay there. Kind of just amazed at how fast it went by and that it's over already. Tomorrow I get up and I don't have to go walking. And it's quite, I guess, surprised how fast and easy it went. But I gotta admit, I have loved every minute of this. It's been great. Not for once did I think, what am I doing out here? Why, I should stop. I just kept on pushing on, and it's been great. And then I'd think about doing this again. Okay, it's almost 2 o'clock. I arrived early at the Star Hotel. They were able to put me up. They have a room. It's actually more than I need. It's got 2 beds. So I guess my gear is going to be going on one. I'll be going on the other. I'm happy to see them, but more importantly, a tub. I have not seen a tub in any of the hotels. They're all little tiny shower stalls. So I think I'll be using this very shortly to soak and scrub and get clean. Just happy to be here. I'm going to take a change of clothes. I know there's a laundry somewhere down the road a little bit. It's a little bit of a walk. I think it's about a mile. No problem for me. I don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow. I may be going to the dinner tomorrow night. They said it would be better for them because there's more people on Thursday and they're having a problem doing that. That's it. So I'm just going to get settled in, take a shower, get clean, probably take a tub soak, and then I'm going to go out about town. I'm going to look for a place to eat dinner early, and I think a steak dinner might be in my future tonight. Not sure, though. It's still flexible, but I'm probably thinking of that along the lines of a nice dinner. Well, it's 20 minutes to 6 local time here. I'm back in my room. I just came from eating dinner at the, it's a old movie theater that's been converted into a bar. I forgot the name of it now. I want to say Picture House, Motion Picture House, Movie House. I'm not sure. I forget now, but I'll look at it. But it was actually pretty good. I had a steak. They had a thing called double up. I thought it meant for the sides, but it actually meant the steak. So I ended up getting a 16-ounce steak, so 2 8-ounce steaks, which were okay. They could have been made a little better, but I thought they were good for what I got. I thought the price was excellent for it. It was about $30 US. I got, like I said, a pound of steak, fries with chips as they come here, and I also had half a pint of a beer. So it worked out roughly to about $30 US with the conversion. So I'm happy. I then went to Tesco, which is kind of like a Walmart. It's a big supermarket store. They have clothes, they have everything. So kind of like a Walmart. And I got junk food to feed my cravings. My problem is I'm eating like I'm still hiking, but I'm not. So I'm going to have to cut down. I probably put whatever weight I had. So even after eating that food, I still came back to the room. I have no fridge here, so I have to eat this food up pretty much in a couple hours. Prosciutto, olives, which I don't know why, but I was craving olives. And I bought these pickled onions, which I love. I find them hard to find in the U.S. You can usually only get one brand. But here, obviously, there's like 8 different choices. So, but I can hold on to these since they're not open yet, and eat these tomorrow night. So this will wait. But tonight, my junk food is going to be prosciutto, olives, lots of fat, and a Dr. Pepper. So I have to go back to water after, so I'll have to stop eating that. Spread out. Here's the gear explosion. I've got my towel drying, hopefully. I've got my sleeping bag drying, hopefully. My jacket drying, because everything was wet in the tent this morning. The sleeping bag had moisture on the top from the condensation and the moisture. And the rest of my bag is just exploded on the floor. And the tent is drying on the armoire. So I think this is almost dry. I'll probably end up putting this back in its bag tonight, or definitely tomorrow morning. And the same thing with the sleeping bag and the jacket. So I'll be packed up, pretty much ready to go. I do have some food left over, some candy. Not much, but I did buy extra candy. Another thing I can't get in the States too often, without overpaying for it, wine gums, which are just gummies, but they're unique to the UK. They're like gummies, but they're different flavors, and they call them wine gums. Very popular. But all these things I pay extra for when I'm at home because they come from the UK and they charge more. So here they're reasonably priced and actually very, very affordable. So it's like buying gummies at home. Anyway, I ate a lot of food. I'm stuffed, but I am going to eat some more. I'm going to have to finish my olives and my prosciutto. So that's it. I have a little TV here. I'll probably watch TV. I'm going to wait for it to pass a couple hours and phone home. I'll speak to home, check in, see how everything's going. Glad to be done. I took a shower, cleaned up. I actually rebandaged my foot where the blister is. It's almost all back together. It doesn't look as ugly as it did before. There's just a small spot where the blister originally was that looks kind of raw now, but it's starting to skin over. So leaving it alone for about 3 days or so, not messing with it, and leaving it bandaged with tape over it really did help out, because a couple of days ago, the nail was loose. I could actually just pull the nail out. So I'm glad I didn't. I left it in, and it looks like it rebonded with the skin, and it's healing back. So I'm going to leave it alone. That's going to be it for today. Tomorrow, I'll just be around town in Montrose. Hopefully, I think I'm going to the dinner tomorrow night. They asked if I could go tomorrow because they're running short of room for Thursday. I guess there's more people. So I told them I didn't care. I was already confirmed for Thursday, but I said if it helps them out, I'll go tomorrow. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I did see Gordon and Rob when I was checking out, which was nice. I spent, Gordon, I saw him like 2 days. We never walked together really that much, but we did spend nighttime together and we had a conversation. And Rob, I spent, I think, a day and a half, something. I spent 2 different locations where we camped, and we saw each other a couple of times while walking. So that was nice as well, to run into him and know that he finished and to be there at the same. It was just, it's so weird how you see these people. Like I saw the same people throughout my trip, and I didn't really see a lot of other people. And even getting on the train, I saw 2 gentlemen with backpacks, and I asked them, are you on the challenge? And of course they said yes. And I said, yeah, I figured the backpack. I wasn't sure though. And they were finishing up, and they were getting a ride back to Montrose with me on the train. And then the next stop is Stonehaven, and Gordon gets on. So it was very weird. And I hadn't seen him in like 3 days. So just weird how people ebb and flow and join up. But I really didn't see a lot of other people that I knew or don't know. I don't know who I'll see at the dinner, but it's definitely nice to go. I do have to think about packing up because I can only put so much food, clothes and stuff in my bag. I am lighter than I was before. I may leave some food here behind and throw some away. I have my backpack. I have a gas cartridge that I cannot use, so I may bring it with me tomorrow to Challenge Control and just give it to them and see if someone wants to take it, maybe, and use it, because I can't travel with it. It's I cannot take it on the plane, so it'll have to stay here. But I'm looking forward to the dinner. I had a great time. This trip was great. I'm already thinking if I want to do this again. I like the idea of it. I think it would be a totally different hike, and I can go to some of the places I didn't get to go that I wanted to go to, or but I couldn't because the geographical areas were too far apart, and I would do a totally different hike at that point. So that's going to be it for Tuesday. It's been a great day. I finished up a whole swell of emotions, with all that, but I'll go into that another time.